Hey guys, my name is Emma. Welcome to your morning flow. It's going to leave you feeling energized, grounded, and ready for an incredible day. And let's get started with our physical practice. So we're going to make our way into a tabletop position. Palms underneath the shoulders, hips over knees. We're going to start to find some cat-cows here. So cow pose. Drop that belly, shine the heart, lift the chin. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Imagine a string is at the center of your spine. Tuck the tailbone, let the chin drop. Now that spine gets pulled up by the string to the sky. Doming the upper back. Nice. Few rounds, breath to movement. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now come back through tabletop, draw those toes together, send those knees out wide, sink the hips back for a moment, child's pose. Beautiful. Now on that next breath, ripple the heart forward, little seal pose here. Beautiful. So we are going to be in the seal pose. Heart is shining, toes are drawn together. Drop that belly in. Maybe you want to windshield wipe the legs from side to side. Nice. Maybe the head wants to gently sway with it. And finding your way back into child's. Maybe breath to movement, you find a few rounds of this. Or maybe you hang out in child's pose, opening up those hips. Beautiful. Coming back into child's. Lifting back up onto the palms, knees tucked back underneath those hips. We're going to send that right hand high to the sky. Inhale. Little wiggle of that wrist, a roll of that shoulder. Putting it back high. Now exhale, thread it through. Nice. Now option, walk that left palm out in front. Maybe you find a bind, or maybe it just stays right where it is. Wherever we are. On the inhale, we're going to shift the hips back a little bit. On the exhale, press down to the top of the right palm. Shine the heart to the sky. Once more, deep breath down the spine. Exhale, press to the top of that palm. Roll the heart skyward. Nice. Guide that left palm back underneath the shoulder. Right arm reaches back up to the sky. And plant it down. Great. So back into this tabletop. Send that right foot long behind you. Heel out, toes down. Now dial that inner thigh towards the sky. Awesome. Next breath, that left palm extends out. Exhale, draw the knee towards the elbow. Bird dog. Inhale, we extend. Exhale, we draw it in. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, extend. Drop the left palm, send that right foot back long. Toes point down. Activate that glute, lift a little bit higher. Nice. Now exhale, right knee, right tricep. Stay here for a moment. Shift the shoulders a little bit forward. Dome the upper back. Inhale, lift that knee an inch higher. Now exhale, step to the outside of that right palm. Awesome. Wiggle that left knee back slightly. We come into a lizard lunge here. So I like to find blocks. If you don't have them, that's okay. You don't need to use them. So we're going to press down into those blocks or the earth beneath you, sending those hips forward, especially guiling that left hip forward, that right hip back, and just sinking. Amazing. Roll the shoulders back. Just give your body a moment to enter a deep release of those hips here. Beautiful. Next breath, shift the hips back. We find a half splits. So that hip right over the knee. That big toe dials it into the face. Now inhale, halfway lift that spine. It's a straight spine. It's a long line from that tailbone up to that crown. Keep that flat back. Deep breath. Now exhale, bow that heart just a little bit. Nice. We're going to do 3 more breaths here, deepening with every exhalation. So inhale. Little bit of length. Exhale, keep that back, bow down. That big toe, continue dialing in. Now inhale, back of the calf. Exhale, little deeper. Back of the hamstring, deep breath. Exhale, bow a little deeper. Nice. Now, this next breath, we're going to begin to ripple forward and back between these two postures. Between this little lizard, between this half splits. Nice. Maybe somewhere on the way, if you want to get a little bit creative this morning, you find that right palm to that right leg. Nice. Let me just open up Little Mermaid here. That's just an option. Just continuing to find what feels good here. Beautiful. Now next breath, roll back forward, find that posture. Now if you have your blocks and you would like to place the forearms down on them, great choice. Another option is to lower all the way down to the ground. Another option, if you can wiggle that right arm underneath that right knee, draw it over and behind, and then connect it with the left. And then maybe you lift that back knee. But wherever you are, just take your options here, and we allow ourselves to sink just a little bit deeper. Deep breaths. Nice. One more breath, staying for the inhale. Staying for the exhale. If your knee wasn't lifted, maybe you try to lift it now. Amazing. Alrighty, step. That knee's lifted, lift it up. Step that right foot back to meet the left. And we're gonna hold here in a plank. So those heels are over the toes. You're spreading those fingertips wide like starfish, ring down to the L-shaped connection. Beautiful, long, straight spine here. Now we begin to draw awareness towards the texture of our breath beginning to shift. If this is a lot this morning, that's all right. Just drop down to those knees. Staying here. This little ocean breeze is so lovely to have in these moments. I'm getting a little bit warm. Don't know about you. Staying for one more breath. Deep breath into the nose. And out. Next breath, shoulders shift over wrists. And inch by inch, we lower all the way down to those bellies. Nice. Zip those legs up together. Now send those fingertips to the outside corners of those mats. Beautiful. Pressing down to the tops of the toes, those hip points. We're going to find cobra. So on that next inhale, lifting crown, heart, ribs. Exhale, drop the left shoulder, drop the left cheek. Nice. Twice more. Press down through those hips. Inhale, lifting through center. Exhale, right shoulder, right cheek, drop. Last time. Inhale, breathe it up. Now, just as cobras don't have hands, maybe you don't either. So really root down those hips. Lift those palms. Nice. Staying for that inhale, lift that arm a little bit higher. Stay on the exhale. Twice more. Inhale, a little lift. Stay. Last time. Inhale. And lower back down. Palms going to frame the shoulders. Tuck those toes. Lift the hips back. Finding your way back into that tabletop. Awesome work. Next breath, left arm rises. Little roll of the wrist and the shoulder. Amazing. Send it back high. Now exhale, thread it on through. Beautiful. Find your options here. Maybe it's different on this side. That's all right. Either walk that palm out or find that bind. But wherever you are, on that next breath, deep spinal release. Send it all the way down to the tailbone. Now exhale, press the top of the left palm. Use the momentum. Roll the heart to the sky. Feel those shoulders. Stop it. Sweet little awaken. Inhale. A little bit left to the tailbone. Now exhale, press the top of the left palm. Roll to the sky. Beautiful. Right hand travels back towards the shoulder. Left arm reaches. Awesome. Now this time, left foot lengthens. Heel presses back as though into that wall behind you. Toes point down. Dial that left hip towards the earth. A little lift there in that heel. Nice. Activate those glutes the entire time. Right arm reaches. Thumb towards the sky. Exhale. Draw it in. Beautiful. Twice more. Breath and movement. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw. Last time, lengthen. And draw. Right palm meets the earth. Left arm, left leg reaches. Alrighty. Deep breath. Press through that heel. Lift those little legs. Activate the glute. Nice. Exhale. Lift use left try. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, step it on through. Outside the left arm, wiggle that right leg back in space. Now once more, option to find those blocks or keep it on the ground. If you are practicing at home, I always recommend to take blocks because I just think they get you a little bit deeper into the practice. I love my blocks. Staying here for a few breaths. Again, just let that hip sink down with gravity. That left hip, just kind of pull it back. The right hip, really press it forward. Okay, so on that next exhalation, shift those hips back in space. Awesome. Alrighty, big toe, dial it towards the face. Almost like your big toe's gonna touch your shin. Beautiful. Either find those blocks or maybe you find the ground. Wherever you are, that back is straight. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, deepen. Nice, keep that straight back. Now we're gonna have 3 rounds breath to movement here, all right? So inhale, a little bit more length that spine, keep it straight. Exhale, deepen. Twice more. Inhale, back of the calf. Exhale, deepen. Now inhale, send that breath, that awareness to the back of the hamstring. Big toe keeps dialing in. Exhale, deepen. Nice. Now next breath. Now ripple back and forth between that low lunge and the half split. Sometimes here my hips do go past the knees just with this movement. That's all right. Whatever feels good to you. Beautiful. Yeah, maybe somewhere along the way. Yeah, that left palm reaches for that right foot. That's all up to you, though. It's just what your body feels. There's no right or wrong in this practice. There's no being good at yoga or not being good at yoga. Yoga is a beautiful way just to keep coming back into our own selves. It's just a way about loosening through the body, letting things flush, letting energy, prana, your life force travel the way it should, down right through the nervous system. I mean, there's so many incredible ways this practice changed my life. There's truly no way being good or not. Flexibility comes when it comes. That's just your body's own little pace. All right, climb back through this little lizard. Options stay here. Maybe you drop those forearms down to blocks. Maybe you find them all the way. Maybe you stay in lizard, lift the back knee. Or maybe that left arm sneaks its way through and you find that little bind. If you're in this bind, it's a little bit unbalancing. So draw those front toes towards the front heel. Really press them both into the earth. You'll notice that inner arch lifts slightly. This is called Pada Bandha. It's a root lock. And it helps you stabilize. So we're going to stay with the inhale. Remain on the exhale. Once more. Deep breath. And stay. Nice. Release those palms. Come back to center. Lift that back knee if it's not already. Left foot meets the right. Awesome job. Now we are going to stay for another plank hold here. Heels over the toes. Dome that upper back. Those fingertips, there's rays of sunshine. Spread them wide. Lock down through that thumb and pointer finger. Awesome. We stay for this breath in. Heels over toes. Stay for the breath out. Now a few more rounds of breath here. Just listen to nothing but those ocean waves in the background and the texture of your breath begin to shift. Next breath, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, lower down halfway. Hips are a little bit raised. Now come on to the tops of each foot one by one. Inhale, lift that heart, find upward dog. Roll the shoulders back. Maybe here you want to shift the gaze one way and the other. And then tuck those toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Nice. First down dog of the day for me, maybe for you too. So find a little pedaling out of those heels. Just waking up that line. Amazing. Alrighty, so moving on now, take anything that feels good in your body and leave what doesn't. So that right foot's gonna reach high to the sky, toes point down, heel presses back. Open that knee, open that hip. Little circle one way And the other, sending it back high. Now exhale, knee to right tricep. Inhale, send it high. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. Inhale, rise her up. Exhale, knee towards nose. Inhale, lift that knee a little higher. Now exhale, send it back high. Beautiful. Next breath, step it through low lunge. Now option here, if you want something a little bit more calm this morning, drop that knee down, find little crescent. Want something a little bit more? Lift that back knee, rise, high crescent lunge. Awesome. Now, remember that little bond I explained earlier in class? When we were in lizards, you're gonna tuck those toes into the ground, really press them in, dial them towards the heels. Now, heel anchors down, kind of dials towards the toes. You're gonna notice that inner arch lifts. Yeah, that's activating that pada bandha, so it's helping activate more muscle in the leg and improve stability. So those biceps, try to bring them towards the ears. Palms are really pressing together here. That knee drifts towards that second toe. And now hug those inner thighs together. See what just happened when I did that? It's amazing. All right, stay for one more breath. Little length those fingertips. Now exhale, palms through heart center. Tilt it forward. You can still be doing this on your back knee. And then open up, prayer twist. Amazing. So on that next inhale, lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, press down through the palms. Really press them in. And then use the momentum of the press to roll the center of your sternum. Try to meet where that palm connects. Nice. One more time. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press through the palms. Dial that heart skyward. Amazing. Beautiful. Next breath. Open up. Star pose. We'll wiggle those hips. And then exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Nice. So, options here. The first option, any intuitive movement. Maybe it's bending into one knee and the other. Nice. Or maybe it is finding stillness. Toes are out, heels are in. As when we find stillness in a posture, that is when something called the fascia begins to hydrate, to soften, and to release. So what does that mean? That means that you are helping your blood circulation, your mobility, your flexibility, and very importantly, the magic, in my belief, the down-regulation of your nervous system. So when that heart starts to speed up, know that you can always return to this. You know that benefits in yoga are absolutely, magic. So come back again and again and again. It's always here for you. The best medicine your body can provide. I fully stand by that. I love it. Stay for that breath in. Let gravity sink down. One more breath out. Next breath. Once more. Really dial that heart down. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk the hands to frame that front foot. Keep that left palm planted. Rise the right arm high to the sky. Now inhale, a little lift of those fingertips. Exhale, roll that top shoulder back. Nice. Inhale, a little lift. Exhale, roll the shoulder. Nice. One more time. Inhale, a little lift of the fingertips. Exhale, roll onto the pinky edge sides of that foot. We open up towards the back of the space. Beautiful. Stay for that breath in. Drop those hips a little lower on the breath out. Now inhale, come back towards facing front. Feet frame the big foot. Step that foot back or keep it lifted for a three-legged chaturanga. Wash it away. Meet me back in a downward dog. Nice. Option to pedal out that heel one more time if it still feels tight like me. Now next breath, inhale, left foot rises. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Rise it up. Left knee, right tricep. Send it high. Knee towards nose. Now keep it here. Inhale, little lift that knee. Now send it back high. Beautiful. Next breath. Open that knee, open that hip. Little roll one way and the other. Nice. Now send it back high. Inhale. Exhale, step it on through. Either low lunge, dropping that knee, opening high. If you want something more, lift that back knee. Nice, find what we did before. So activate that little bind, that front foot. Wow, there is the most magnificent sailboat out this window right now. I'm hoping by the time this class, as we continue, it'll travel over here so you can see it. But activate that bond in that little bond in that front foot. Toes in towards the earth, towards the heel, heel to the toe. Right, send those biceps to frame the ears. Palms pressed together, hug the inner thighs in. You notice how I just lift up a little bit? Yeah, so inhale, a little bit of lift of the fingertips. Exhale, really find that 90-degree bend in that front foot. Knee tracks that second toe. Little lift of the fingers, inhale. Exhale, hands through heart center. Tilt the heart over to the left side of your space. Nice, little prayer twist. So we find this movement one more time. Keep hugging those inner thighs together. Inhale, lengthen through the crown, the head. Exhale, press through the palms. Dial the center of your sternum to where the palms meet, gaze lifts. You notice how I just shifted there? So one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press through the palms. Dial that heart to the sky. Amazing. Next breath, inhale, star pose, toes out, heels in. We'll wiggle those hips. Hello, seagulls. And one more time through center, lift up the fingertips. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Nice. Now, if you like that faster release and you feel like this morning, maybe you already got a big email of the day. Maybe you got a little bit of stress this morning. Maybe you want to stay in that fast release just to down regulate a little bit more. But if you start feeling your back and you want a little bit more openness there, we're going to find a little twist. So that left palm, going to reach for that right leg. The right arm, going to reach to the sky. Staying here, dropping that shoulder down. Now inhale, lift the fingertips. Exhale, roll that top shoulder back. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, little roll. Awesome. Other side, right hand, left leg, left arm to the sky. Inhale, little rise. Exhale, little deepening. Roll that top shoulder. One more time. Rise. Exhale, deepen. Beautiful. Place palms back through center. Halfway lift. Walk them to frame that front foot. Right palm plants. Left arm reaches. Little lift of the fingertips. Roll the top shoulder. One more time. Little lift. Little roll. Final lengthen. Fingertips reach. Exhale, come onto the pinky head sides of both feet. Gaze towards the back of the space. Stay for the breath in. Stay for the breath out. One more time. Now hands come to frame that front foot. Either step that foot back or keep it lifted. Find your chaturanga. Beautiful. Still pedaling out my heels here, so option do that as well. We're going to take a little cleansing breath, release some of that heat. So in through the nose, out the mouth. We're going to start to cool that body down, still opening up those hips though. That being said, we're going to find pigeon pose. So inhale, this time, right foot lifts high, toes down, heel back. Exhale, right knee behind right wrist. Open. Beautiful. Walk those palms and frame the hips. Lengthen the spine, roll the shoulder back, puff out the chest. Exhale, deepen that little pigeon. Option is stay up on those palms as well. If this is a lot, maybe you put a pillow underneath your arms or blocks. But figure out what is going to be good for you today. There are so many beautiful components to this practice. I'm so grateful that you gave yourself this time this morning to enter into this little world of yoga. A little, big, amazing, wonderful, bountiful, truly bountiful world. There's something within you. It's like layers of the onion, as I like to tell my students. Each time you return to the mat, you return to meditation, to breath, to the asana, the physical. It's like you're slowly peeling back little layers of the onion, eventually coming back into you, your highest self, your happiest self. It is incredible. So put the palms back underneath the shoulders, lift that heart, tuck that back toe, send the right foot high to the sky. Yeah, open that knee, open that hip, little rebound. We'll send that foot back high, plant it down, switching out, left foot rises. Now, left knee behind left wrist. Now walk the palms behind the hips. You might have more space on the side in your hips like I do. Or on the other side, just notice. Nothing judgment, just curiosity. Shine the heart, pop out the chest. And then exhale, find your way. Maybe it's on blocks, on a pillow, or fully down, or maybe you're all the way up. You know, I say this practice as well. My students taught me a beautiful way to look at life. It has allowed me to find sunshine in every little corner, especially on the cloudy days. And life is never about the end result. It's never about, oh, when will I get flexible enough to get into that posture? Or when will I be strong enough to hold a headstand or a handstand? No, it's about that journey to get there. Just as life is not about, let me rush to be 80 years old. I mean, it's going to be incredibly beautiful when we're 80. I mean, wow, all the tapestry of life we will have had. But, life is about each little moment between and enjoying it. This practice, too, it's settling down all the thoughts that run through your mind and, just getting to enjoy and be present. Because what is the point to not be present in life? You think about yesterday, you think about tomorrow, but you're not here. I think it was Walt Disney who said, yesterday is the past, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is the present, and that's why we call it a gift, or the present a gift. I think something is that, and that always resonated with me. And I just think that's so beautiful and so true. So that next breath, walk those palms up your hips, tuck that back toe, lift that foot high, open up the knee, open up the hip, go roll one way and the other, planting them both back down, shoulders over wrists. Now options, either drop those knees or keep them lifted, one final little push, inch by inch, we lower down to the ground. Nice. And that was your morning flow. So thanks for coming in. I hope you feel energized, ready to take on the day, because you did incredible. Come see me next time, and best warm wishes for beautiful every day. Alrighty, bye.